Hey everyone, I'm from the vault. Welcome back to more of The Long Dark. We're going to go ahead and just jump right back in. But before we do, just wanted to say thank you so much to yes, just capital letter A, who recommended I play this game. And yes, that is why I'm playing it. So let's go ahead and just jump back in for more. So decision made, I am not going to bother waiting around to make the deerskin boots. It's just not worth it. And I went ahead and looked at the achievements just for the hell of it, because I was like, well, if there's an achievement related to it, then yeah, it would make sense to kind of hang around. But there's no achievement related to it. There's no reason to really do it. So we're going to go ahead and continue on. Now, in order for us to do this, we basically have to get up to the Carter Dam area, and we have to spend some time there. So we're going to have to wait for another aurora. Luckily, we've been having auroras fairly often, so I'm not too concerned about not having an aurora. That said, I'm going to just check real quick, make sure that all of my stuff is, fueled up, gassed up, everything is, changed. I changed out the rabbit skin hat because we had one that I had accidentally made. I'm just working on making sure that every single piece of something I have is 100% before we leave here. Oop, I put it away even though I didn't mean to. So I'm just making sure that everything is 100%. The only other thing I'm going to try to do is I might try real quick, and I cleaned my gun. I don't have another whetstone that I can find. I might have left one around here somewhere. I'm not sure. But I am looking to just make sure that I have everything I could possibly need with me. I'm leaving behind a lot of stuff. So look at all these emergency stims, all of these used up sewing kits, things like that. Mostly because by the time we get to the next chapter, sorry, I paused because I thought it lagged for a second, but it wasn't. Sometimes the game lags really bad, and sometimes it's not lagging, and I just think it is because it's confusing. But yeah, I think we're pretty, solid with what we have. Obviously, I am over encumbered right now. I'm going to be changing that the best I can. It was hilarious that opened up, and it kind of hit the way it did. But we have no more food or anything like that, so I'm pretty much at a point where if I don't get going pretty soon, we're probably going to get stuck here without much left. So I'm kind of there at that point. I am thinking, let's grab maybe one more tackle. I think I have one right now, but it doesn't hurt to have two. But yeah, if you kind of look at what I'm carrying, I really don't have as much as you might think. I do have the one rabbit pelt, and that's because I keep getting attacked by wolves. And I want to be able to fix up my hat if I have to leave. I might end up leaving that behind because you also need a cured gut. And the more I'm thinking about it, I don't really want to waste any of my space on a cured gut and a rabbit pelt. But for now, that's kind of where we are. We're going to go ahead and just make sure we didn't leave anything behind and then head on up toward the dam. We can spend the night in the trailer up there, which is useful because we don't have to worry necessarily about staying outside or anything. So I'm not too worried about bringing a bunch of stuff that I may not need. So I think that we're probably in a pretty good situation right now. If I just do a little bit more cleaning up, fixing up, and then I think we'll be good. I am looking right now, if you're curious what I'm looking for, I'm looking for some cloth. I think I've probably used all of the cloth. I could do this, but that's going to take so much time. I've probably used all the cloth, but I just want to make sure that I fix everything up as much as possible. But I do believe I've used everything but that chair, and that chair's going to take so long to break down. But that's okay. I think I'm also... I can use this pillow. That'll work perfect. I also am going to take the hunting knife with me, even though I do have a hatchet that's in a really good condition, just because the hunting knife is... It's really on its last legs, and I think by the time I leave the trailer for the dam, if I have to have food while I'm up there or anything like that, I'm going to end up using that hunting knife probably. So that's kind of where I am now. But yeah, so this is what we're kind of looking at. I'm thinking this might be mostly the loadout we go with. I'm going to get rid of, like I said, a few other things, but I'm going to pretty much try and schlep as much as I can up there because I don't know what the next chapter is going to be like. I don't know how much we're going to find in the next chapter, but I also feel like I've been through this enough now where I don't really necessarily trust that I'm going to get the things I need in the next chapter right away. So I want to make sure the quality tools and stuff like that, we probably don't really need to bring because we found them you know, later on. When we came here from Milton, I found tools. I didn't really need to bring them, but I think it's probably worth it. I don't know. I feel like it's probably worth it. Hacksaw, I'm struggling with. Heavy hammer, I'm also struggling with. We can use them as defense weapons, if nothing else, but they really aren't that useful, which is kind of tough for me. I'm going to be honest, because I'm looking at them and thinking, do I really need that many? I definitely don't need this many bandages. Like, this is what I'm going through right now, trying to figure it out. Like, the emergency stims, I keep finding them. I've had so many at this point that I don't think it really means that I should probably carry as many as I'm carrying. We definitely don't need all the flare shells. I hardly ever use them. So in fact, if we have 10, that is probably more than we need. I'm also kind of nervous because, as I mentioned before, I'm kind of waiting with bated breath at this point for the convicts to appear, because it doesn't make any sense that they would make like it obvious that there are convicts in the game. And we keep seeing them without them eventually coming to like get us or something. And I'm thinking that maybe if we're this close to the end, I feel like we might be headed toward Blackrock Penitentiary, which makes me a little nervous. And I don't necessarily want to like ignore that that's a possibility of coming up. So there's also the possibility that we might lose everything. Like, that typically happens in games when you get, you know, towards something like that. You might lose everything, but then we might be able to get it back. You know, so I'm going through all that in my head. I'm also thinking things like this I might not need to take with me. I'm really struggling with taking the flares. I have found them to not really be worth having. I've just been shooting the wolves, but I am a little nervous that maybe eventually the wolves are going to not be so easy to shoot. Yeah, I'm just not sure. But I also don't want to leave here with just too much stuff. I mean, you can see I'm way encumbered right now. And I probably don't need like all these antibiotics I don't need. I didn't mean to take it.
Damn it.
That's not what I meant to do. Sorry. That was pretty stupid. Yeah, I don't know. I'm also thinking like it's going to be pretty quick that I'm going to use a lot of this stuff. Like the tea and stuff, I'm going to be drinking that as we go. It's a good way to just fill your belly for a little bit. So, I don't know. I think this is what we're doing. We're going to go ahead and head up there. I'm leaving early. Oh, it looks like it's a little bit snowier than I wanted it to be. I wanted to leave a little bit earlier because I figured, at least I've done this in the past, if I traveled right before daylight, I haven't really had any problems getting where I need to go. And I haven't seemed to run into as much wildlife, actually. I don't know, that might not bear out. I'm definitely hearing some owls, but it is snowing, and that's definitely going to slow us down. I'm a little nervous about this making us cold, but we are also doing pretty good. It's a reminder, we're headed up here to the Carter Dam, and we're going to try to be there during an aurora. The reason I wanted to leave early, too, is because by the time we get up there, we can rest before nighttime comes, because I think what's going to probably happen is nighttime's going to come, we'll wake up, because he wakes up every time there's an aurora now, and then we'll be able to just kind of like run into the dam. So that's my hope. I do wonder if you revisited the dam before, well, actually that doesn't make any sense. I was going to say maybe if you revisited the dam before you wow, my brain is lost. After you finished all of the side missions, if you revisited it for the first time, maybe you wouldn't run into Methuselah. But I think in order to do the gunshots quest, we didn't get that until after. I think that would have triggered Methuselah already. That's my best guess. But I am curious if maybe he wouldn't have been there. Yeah, maybe that's just not even a possibility. This is going to be a lot more slow going than I thought, but I'm okay with it. We're going to do this. We are low on food, but I will admit that I kind of did that on purpose. I was trying to use up everything we had, because if we have to hunt, I'm not like super concerned about that. Also, when it comes to like the water and stuff, it's pretty easy for us to boil water, so I'm not that worried about us needing to boil water or anything. And we are pretty much at 100 on everything. I did leave behind that cured rabbit pelt. I'm gonna assume that the game is gonna be kind and give us something in the next area that we can use. We are in chapter 3, so that implies that there are probably 4 chapters to finish the game, because I'm assuming after the Carter Electric Dam, it would have to be a new chapter. I don't know why it would be the same one. So close to morning. Jesus. Okay. It's so dark, though. I probably should have waited another hour, but I'm going to be honest. I was starting to get a little antsy about getting out and just doing this. I'm officially 6 days from when this leaves Game Pass, and I'll admit I'm still a little nervous because I got like a lot of stuff coming up right now. And I know that this is not going to be posted for like months, which is the funniest part as I'm recording this. Like, I will be through all of the things that are tough on me right now by the time this is posted. Oh, I do see the wolf. Well, there goes my theory that I don't seem to be bothered by wolves as much. Oh, that wasn't good. Okay, that wasn't good. Well, I can tell you one thing. Guess who is immediately regretting? I am definitely regretting thinking that this might be a good idea. How am I not hitting them? Oh my god. I'm not hitting them and I have no idea how. Oh my gosh. That is so frustrating. Okay, okay. I have obviously made a huge mistake. I'm wondering if... So guess who decided to come back? I went ahead and just reloaded because, like I said, I thought that I was probably in the best condition I was to go. And then as soon as I started moving, I was like, I think I've made a huge mistake. Let me just double check here. I had finished like a couple things and I just want to make sure everything I did is still okay. We're still looking pretty good. I do though have a lot of stuff you saw me dump in the last video. So now I'm kind of like, shit, I gotta do this all over again. I think we'll sleep again for a little bit. I mean, we might as well. We're kind of not low on energy, but having more energy doesn't hurt. Plus, by the time we wake up, we'll end up using more of our drinks anyway, so it's not necessarily a bad thing. Let's see. All right, let's give it 2 hours. I think that's probably best. And yeah, I'm not going to worry about taking the rabbit pelts. I think I'm still holding. We should probably get rid of that. Yeah, let's wait. Still not day. I haven't figured out the time scale in this very well. I'll admit, like when I'm looking at the little thing, I'm still like, wait a minute. It is really close to day. Okay, let's just sleep. It pains me to like sit here and sleep this much. We'll do it. We'll do it. All right, let's... Ooh, it must be bad outside because it's still dark in here. Let's see, then I'm going to drink. I'm going with the herbal tea just because it... I mean, it's not like it's that much heavier or anything. But come on. Put the sun high in the sky. Because I'm a sunny kind of guy. There we go. Perfect. All right. Now, so fuck it. We're getting out of here. I gotta remember to drop that rabbit pelt. I'm already forgetting it again. Okay, before we move any farther, let's drop you. All right. Can we can't run. I must have dropped more last time. Oh yeah, I dropped some bandages. You know, I'm kind of okay with this though. All right. So we're right outside. We're ready to go. I don't think there's anything that I could possibly bring with me more than what we already have. Let's just take another drink quick. I'm totally fine with having things. Maybe drop 4 of these and see what that does. can't run yet. Nope. Realistically, I probably shouldn't run, and I also probably shouldn't have this much shit on me. It's funny to see other people post in like the online forums and shit about how they would never carry this much, and I'm like, I don't know what you're doing. Oh, I meant to drop one of you. Sorry. Anything else I meant to drop that I forgot? Yep. I have more of these than I'll possibly need, so I had also dropped those. There we go. All right, that's better. Not that running is really worth it. Keep accidentally clicking. All right. Oh, hi, dear. All right, so last time, that is where we got jumped by wolves. I guess I shouldn't say jumped. It's not like they're in a gang. But that's where we got caught by the wolves. Ooh, look at that sunrise. It is a beautiful game. But again, yeah, 6 days out from this being ripped from Game Pass, and I'm a little sad about that. I really want to play the Tales from the Dark too. I think that's what it's called. But, I mean, I don't know. It's hard because the game is still pretty expensive. And when I say expensive, of course, y'all know, I don't make that much. I work for the government, man. And I'm in graduate school on top of that. So I don't have a ton of money. But it's definitely not like Resident Evil 4, which, let's be honest, I would have if I had more disposable income right now. But it's, you know, still fairly expensive. So I'm not planning on purchasing it anytime soon. The other problem, too, is if I was going to buy the game for myself, I think I've mentioned this before, I would be way more apt to buy it on Steam, just because Steam deals are so much better, and I'm playing it on Xbox. I did look up, though, just out of curiosity. Sorry, I know I talk about a lot. Can you tell that I have ADHD? And I did it again. I clicked the button randomly. What the fuck is wrong with me today? I have no idea. Anyway, I looked up whether you could transpose your save. So if we get to the point where we're like trying to play the game and I can't finish it and the 6 days are up and it goes off Game Pass, I did learn that there might be a way to transition my save game from Xbox over to Steam. And I don't know for sure it's going to work, but I am interested in doing it. I want to wait though until the 6 days are up just in case I fuck up the save files for some reason. I know I'm not going to because I'll back everything up, but you know, that's how you don't lose files, is being nervous about losing files. All right, I'm definitely seeing the wolf. I'm gonna have to be chill. I will also apologize that as we are doing this, if you've heard my timer go off in the background before, it might do it again today. I apologize about that. But when you're pressed for time for recording, you tend to do things a little bit differently than normal. So normally I would try not to have like timers and stuff going off in the background, but I need them. Because guys, I need clean clothes. That's unfortunately a part of being human. You need clean shit. All right, I'm watching you. I don't trust you. I did consider starting a new survival playthrough, but with the 6 days that are left on this game on Game Pass, it doesn't feel worth it to start a new survival run with so little time. There we go. That was worth it. Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's worth starting a new survival run. So I think if I end up doing any more survival runs, I'll probably do those, you know, if I end up buying the game on Steam. Probably not, though, on Xbox. Instead, I think the no commentary playthrough, I only have a couple up at the time that I'm recording this. You guys know how much I'm recording this ahead because of the whole Xbox Game Pass thing. But I think that so far people have expressed that they like it. They like having the option of watching a little bit of no commentary as background. And I'm cool with that. I don't always have to talk. I'm totally fine with having like some different games. And I do think that especially for some of the games I like to play on my own that are... Sorry, random lag. On games that I like to play by myself, or for myself, I should say, they tend to be more like simulation games and stuff like that. I know we've been in here before, but I have to peek. Yep. And I'm sure yep. All right. So simulation games and stuff like that, commentary is kind of hard on those sometimes. Like, I don't really know what to say, if I'm honest, because I just play them because I like them. So I'm kind of wondering if maybe some of the commentary stuff, maybe I'll focus it on those kind of games, the ones that I like to play on my own. I know a lot of people stream those kind of games because then they have the interaction of people. But I'll be honest, I've never really... It's not that I don't enjoy streaming, it's just that it makes me very anxious. I don't know if any of y'all feel that way, but the fact that you are engaging with people is always a little bit more stressful, I think, than just like doing it by yourself and then knowing people will see it later. But I don't know. Plus, editing is nice. I love being able to edit because I say some really dumb things sometimes. And sometimes I cut them out. I always commit, obviously, to show you guys like how much I fail, but sometimes too, like I will fail to the point where I come back the next day. And it's really nice not to have to be bound by like timing. It's like if you're doing streaming and you're streaming for, 2 hours, you can't stop and just go do something else. I mean, I guess you could, but I wouldn't want to stop. I would want to keep going because I want to fulfill, the stream and play the game that I said I would. So, all right, we're almost there. That's good. We're actually going to be stopping at the trailers, though. I suppose we can take a peek and see if Methuselah's still there. He might have something new to say. I'm not thinking we're going to end up spending much time here, if I'm honest. It seems like the days of me seeing online people being like, hasn't been an aurora for 12 nights. That doesn't seem to be happening anymore. It seems like in the Redux version, they've really upped the number of auroras. So I'm not too concerned about that. Okay, let's take a peek. Yep, he's still there. Or at least his fire is. So I assume he is. So we can try to go talk to him again. I'm not sure, like I said, if he'll have anything new to say. That's probably worth the due diligence, right? We could camp out in the Carter Electric Dam, I'm pretty sure, but...
Oh, Mackenzie! So you're still alive.
Methuselah, you appear in the strangest places.
You've left your mark, and have overcome great odds so far, but this part of the world still holds some secrets.
I'm not sure this is the right time for...
There are still stories that need to be told if you wish to play a part in them. There is always time for that.
Okay. Interesting. We're going to go ahead and skip this. There aren't any more stories, though, that I know of. That makes me nervous. What side quests could there possibly be that we haven't done yet? We've done the hidden caches. We've done the forest talkers. What on earth could we possibly not have done? Methuselah says there's more to do, but I'm going to be honest. Maybe there's more locations we haven't found or something. We didn't go Lookout Point this time, so maybe that's a thing. I don't know. But I'm going to be honest. I don't really see a point in going and doing that. I think we're probably good. And the more I'm thinking about it, I think we will actually overwinter. I keep saying overnight in the Carter Hydro Energy Dam. So this is what my plan is now. I'm going to go ahead and go in. We're going to just kind of pass some time. We're going to hang out, eat, chill. And then I will come back when the Aurora is happening and we can actually do something and go forward with the story. Again, not taking Methuselah's word of warning there just because I don't think there is anything really left for us to do. But I guess we'll find out. So, all right.